Well, howdy, everybody. Teresa here, and I apologize for how crappy this camera's, the focus is right now. I don't know what's going on with it, but, I think it's just because of, even though I have my blinds closed behind me, the amount of sunlight coming through. But it is February 23rd. It's howdy, Teresa here with
Brad,
and
the
critters.
dogs,
The
and
critters.
the cat,
Yeah.
the
shady cat. So anyway, just came on here and give you a little update about my home medical thing. Because see, poor Brad still, we don't know if he's ever going to get seen by a doctor.
Okay.
We're hoping, right, honey?
Yes, we are.
That's our running joke in the house right now is if Brad ever gets seen by a doctor. You see, we started this whole journey. I thought I was just going to go for a quick little checkup. Knew that they probably would want me to go back to having a kidney specialist, and that I would have a little infection. We'd get that under control and fa la la. So it's turned into a lot more than that, and poor Bradley still hasn't been seen. So anyway, I got up this morning and I was messing around on my phone, and the cardiologist, the echocardiogram place called and set that up for March 2nd. They said they wanted to get me in as soon as possible, so at 7:45 a.m. No big deal. I've had other echocardiograms. Usually Brad gets to sit in on those, and he enjoys getting to see the inner workings of my heart. And so they're going to do that, figure out kind of what's going on the right and left and all of that. And then my primary doctor's nurse, we've been playing phone tag since last Thursday. She called again, so I called her back. I actually got to talk to her this time. And yeah, and she was telling me that the doctor wants me to see a endocrinologist, basically a doctor that does the diabetes and that kind of thyroid and all that. So okay, because I'm on very high doses of insulin right now, and I'm still having a bit of trouble with the control. Even though I explained to him I had been sharing my fast-acting insulin with my husband for about 3 months because his numbers were way too high. He wasn't on a fast-acting insulin, and we
couldn't get in to see a doctor.
We didn't have a primary doctor because from when we moved, see, it's all about the cutoff time with the insurance stuff. We moved October, or was it September? Early October, and then by the time that we got the insurance became effective for 2020, we're almost into 2021, and they had waiting lists for doctors, for openings for with doctors and stuff, and you guys know that whole whistle story. So we had to do something, and I don't like playing doctor or anything, but we had to do something about his high numbers. It's like he forgot to take his insulin. He was more concerned about me yesterday. So today, this was about 1 o'clock. He took his blood sugar, and what was it, honey? 457, which is very high. So yeah, he took both this morning and he's starting to feel a little bit better. Can't have him right now. I really couldn't handle him being in the hospital stuff because we're going through a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna explain more of that in a minute. All right, sorry about that. So anyway, water pills are working well. I'm gonna catch my breath for a second. Not bad right now. So she was letting me know about my infection, and we're talking about, I had already picked up my prescription. And then she said he wants me to see a hematologist because my blood shows, very high white blood cell count, and then also very high platelets. And can be indicative of, having an infection. And that's what I think it is, because my body usually is always fighting an infection. I have primary immunodeficiency disease, and mine is a common variable type. And all that means is a very much milder version of boy in the bubble. I certainly don't live my life that way. And so I'm always basically fighting an infection somewhere in my body, and that's just something I've always lived with. And I think that's all it is. But, they think there's a possibility that I could have some kind of cancer. Doctors are always going to be full of doom and gloom, and they're always going to paint, the worst possible. So in case it is that, you don't, And I know it's not. I just know it's not. So, and if it is, I'm going to fight it with everything I have. So there's that. And that was kind of a shock to us, because they hadn't ever mentioned that. And an endocrinologist, I think I already said that about the thyroid and diabetes. So, so I'll have a cardiologist, nephrologist, hematologist, and a endocrinologist, and then just a regular doctor, which I don't know why I'll ever need to see him. Do you?
Nope.
So, it is what it is. I worry about the cost. Brad said, stop, because he said, we would have a little bit more money if we weren't having to pay for all these tests and stuff. And he said, but what good is it to have a little bit more money if you're not around? So I'm going to face that. And like all of us do, all of us are going to face, in some point in time in our lives, all of us are going to face the big C. This is not the first time they've thought that I have cancer. By far, is it, honey?
No.
Heck, when we met, they thought I had cancer. And then years later, they thought I had cancer again, all of female organs. And then they thought I had breast cancer. And then they thought that I had cervical cancer. And then, and then when I was in the hospital last, they said, they saw a very large mass in my upper abdomen area. So they did another ultrasound when I was on the recovery floor, and nothing. They couldn't find it. So this will probably just be another one of those. And, and if it is the big C, then we're going to fight it and win. And that's all it is. So,
yep.
Yeah, I wish to heck we didn't buy a normal calendar. Because I thought this year I'm not buying one. And I didn't buy a planner that had a calendar with it. I didn't buy a planner. I wish the heck I'd bought either one of those now, because for writing these appointments down and stuff, it would come in handy. But
yes, it would.
One thing I hate, North Carolina is top notch, I have to say, so far for medical care. And but I don't like the fact that instead of even calling you or anything, they'll just send you a letter in the mail that they set up this appointment. Well, we have a problem getting our mail still. And it's out of our hands because we're putting the correct address, even though we have a P.O. box, which I don't know why the F we have a P.O. box, because, then we're told by the same post office that we have the P.O. box that, no, just put the Rocky Mount and they should take care of it. No, they're still holding, and we still have to go into the postal annex all the way in Rocky Mount once or twice a week to get our packages and now our regular mail. That's how we found out about the cardiologist appointment. That's a problem. And we've talked to the landlord. He's supposed to be putting in all these locked postal boxes, like a mail center. And we don't see where they've even broke ground or anything on that. That was supposed to be before, hang on, please. It was supposed to be before January. we were told we're supposed to put a mailbox by the post office, but it has to be, in a certain location and regulation. And how in the F do you find that out? And that would be between them and the landlord. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, we have not talked to the landlord.
We have about the post office box. Post box.
But when we first moved in.
No, you did recently. You talked to Donald.
I talked to Donald.
Who's representing the landlord.
Yeah,
though.
but Donald doesn't know squat.
No.
And I sent the landlord that email, and I never ever heard back from him.
He doesn't care. He's just busy moving other trailers in.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
But so there's that. I'm gonna let Brad worry about that. Yeah. I'm trying to let Brad just worry about other stuff because doesn't do me any good. We just had groceries delivered a little bit ago because that's just easier for us. Even though next week probably I'm gonna want to go to Sam's Club. I need to get like some more Tylenol PM and Benadryl and we'll need to get some sushi and. Oh, Lord, if you are a lover of sushi and you have a Sam's Club membership, don't walk, run to Sam's Club and get some of their fresh-made sushi. Is to die for. It's a great price, and it is so good. And they make all different types. You go on their website, and you can just be perving over those photos. I was doing that in the doctor's office. I felt kind of guilty. I'm sitting in a cardiologist's office yesterday, all by myself in the little office, the examination room. And, of course, they took all the magazines because I guess those are, not sanitary. So I'd read the same poster about 20 times. And so I get out my phone and I was hungry. And so I start looking up restaurants and menus. And then sushi. And I started looking over at Sam's Club. And I'm like, we love, Brad, do we not love?
We love.
We do. We love Sam's Club sushi. Oh.
I'm really anxious.
It is the best I've ever had.
I'm anxious to try that recipe that you found with wonton skins.
I showed it not too long ago on Facebook. I tagged you in it. It'll be on my timeline. I don't put too much on Facebook nowadays. But it was where you put the wonton wrappers in normal normal size muffin tin in there, and then you put the cream cheese, the imitation crab. I believe they put some other stuff, and then they made theirs like hot, spicy, like with peppers and stuff. So I wasn't gonna do that, but so I got some wonton wrappers today when we had our groceries delivered. I was trying to look on my timeline just so I could see that. Oh, no. I'll show you guys how well my orchid's doing. I repotted this. And she's doing great. She's in the bedroom on shelving right in front of the window. So she gets a nice, bright, Let's see. I am looking. Oh, here it is. Okay. It is lemon tree dwelling. These are called jalapeno poppers. The wonton cups. Okay, you can see here where the putting the wonton wrappers in there. And then cream cheese. She put sour cream. Bacon. I don't know if we have any bacon. But I got imitation crab. I thought we were going to make ours more like, and they use like green onion and cheese, cheddar cheese, and then you put it all in that wonton wrapper, And let's see. Then they put the bacon on top, and then they put jalapenos in there too. So it's called jalapeno popper wonton cups. But we can alter that, honey, because like I said, I got the cream cheese, the wonton wrappers, I got the imitation crab. We were kind of thinking about making it kind of like the ragoon. Crab rangoon. And did I say that wrong?
No, you said right.
Okay. And so I'm sure we can look up enough recipe because you could even pinch the top of those wonton wrappers closed. You wet the edges and they just pinch, and you could bake them in the oven that way. Put some spray Pam on top, hon. You know how like I do the egg rolls.
Yep.
I was gonna make egg rolls, but they did not. They were out of the egg roll wrapper, so that's okay. We got enough stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And I love crab rangoon.
I did too. Good crab rangoon, though. But they could put a little bit more in there, like the cups that we make. We can put more of the cream cheese and stuff in there. I'm sure you could look up recipes and come up with stuff. We're looking for different recipes. We got a couple small bags of shrimp. The smaller shrimp. Brad will probably make some stir fries and stuff. We're trying to cook more at home because we feel like we've been eating, or I feel like we've been eating out too much. And I think that's why my cholesterol is up. I've never had a problem with my cholesterol before. And I know it goes hand in hand with diabetes. But I always, if anything, have had very, very good cholesterol. And, with heart health and stuff, none of us are getting any younger, so I want us to not be eating out as much. Or if we eat out like that, we got Chinese food yesterday. In fact, I just had the last of it for lunch, or last of mine. And we're gonna have. I love and Brad loves. We love fish sandwiches. But they, we're trying not to eat out because I think it's all the preservatives too that are really, really jacking up our numbers. So we got the fillets and we got the buns and everything, and we're going to make them at home. And, just that kind of stuff helps so much. So we're looking for different recipes. We like Mexican food, but no cilantro. We hate cilantro, both of us. And we love Oriental food, obviously. And we try to stay away from fried foods. Um, we're carnivores. We love our meat, you know. But these days we tend to eat more fish and chicken than we do beef.
Beef is so bloody expensive.
So, but I was raised primarily on beef. My grandfather, his brothers and stuff still had ranches in Wyoming, and so we would, like, my grandparents would get a couple beef, every year. One they would use at the bone alley, to cook with to make hamburgers, and they'd have steaks and that kind of stuff. And one that they would have for their place. We usually would get a half a beef, But we grew up. I mean, it's thought nothing of having steak. We had steak often, roast, hamburger. We primarily ate beef. Sometimes we'd have chicken. Once in a great while, we'd have some pork. But primarily beef. But like Brad was saying, beef is so expensive, because it used to be back when we were raising kids that our budget mainly consisted of, if we couldn't afford any other kind of meat, it was hamburger and chicken thighs and drumsticks, hindquarters. And eating more, we eat more chicken and more fish than we do beef. And, so we're just looking for some new recipes. We're trying to eat healthier. I'm going to be very, very, very busy with a lot of appointments. And then Brad's going to get seen. When is your appointment?
March 3rd, I think.
Do you have the paperwork still? Because, see, I got that set on the 2nd. That's Wednesday, honey. Are you sure it's not on a Thursday? You have it.
I don't.
You don't have the piece of paper she gave you. Why?
I don't know. I don't know what I did with it, honestly.
Okay. Maybe you could call her.
I will.
Okay. And find out when your appointment is. Okay. We have to keep track of all that because we don't want to have conflict. We have one vehicle and we don't want to have conflicting appointments, honey.
Yeah.
Even though it's all like in the same great big medical plaza, it's like kind of overwhelming, isn't it, when you first drive in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it is a good place to be at, honestly, because we picked, Brad and I were talking about that, we picked the right area because Rocky Mountain's got, some of the best, all the specialists and stuff are there. It's just wonderful. That's what we wanted. So, yeah, we had to find out. I was thinking it was on a Thursday because my appointment was on it might have been the 3rd. Why do I keep thinking that too? So anyway, that's what we got going on. We need to clean house. Now I know why there's been such a big push. What I have been feeling that we need to get this house set up. And that's why, because, if I am sick and have to go through any kind of treatment, we don't want to have to still be trying to unpack and stuff. And I really feel like one of us is going to at least be going through some procedures or something. I have a feeling it's going to be Mr. Heidi. I have a feeling he might be going through a series of maybe injection, to help with the pain and stuff. And sometimes they want you to really take it easy for a day or two after that you have those, So, we want to have the house put all together.
I'm just really hoping they're going to tell me it's all in my head.
Yeah, right. Another red herring.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be very busy with a lot of appointments and stuff. So that's all I got for today. What about you, honey? I was wondering if maybe it wasn't in with some of this. I got tomorrow. I even took in the to jail labels and stuff for the doctor because, and I was the only one in there with a big bag of medicine. Okay, that's for the cardiologist. That's not for you, honey.
Okay.
I was hoping maybe it was. I'm gonna look through my paperwork to make sure. No, that's a referral thing. Anyway, that's what we got going on. Do you have anything else to say, mister?
No, ma'am. Done good.
So I just wanted to tell you guys what's going on, and don't worry, we'll get it handled. I'm too ornery to have cancer. I am. Cancer. I will kick its butt. It has not met me yet. Right, honey?
Right, baby.
All right. Love you guys. I do cherish your friendship so very much. And I think you're awesome. And say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.